Good morning, hookah smokers. How's it going? This is Matt from Morning Hookah, joined with me by a very special guest. I always thought I was going to have you on discussing a different product on the show. Joining me is Kamran. Kamran, how are you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good, man. I just got off work, drove home, and now I'm gonna smoke a bowl and relax.
We are going to smoke a bowl and relax, but you, Kamran, I have asked for your help this evening because I'm about to smoke.
Yes.
I'm getting ready to smoke some Darkside, and I'm actually doing something kind of fun. I'm going to mix some Darkside. It's going to be pear, which I've never had, but it smells amazing. This Darkside pear smells amazing. And I'm going to mix it with Alfacher plum because I love this flavor. I shocked Kamran tonight by talking about it, and I want to mix it. I want to smoke it. But I'm going to use this bowl right here. It's a Turkish style bowl, and I've used this bowl before. I've packed it, I've smoked it, I've enjoyed it. I've had very good sessions with it. But Kamran wants me to smoke a very particular kind of way. Is that correct, Kamran?
Yes, sir. We're gonna do a Russian fluff pack with the Lotus 2 on top.
We're going to do the Lotus 2 Russian fluff pack, and he's going to walk me through it the best possible way that he can. I trust Kamran. I've smoked his bowls. He packs beautiful bowls, wonderful bowls. I trust him, and I trust that he's good enough to help me over a camera.
We should be able to.
All right, Kamran just left for a moment to go and clean up his hands. I had some tobacco juices on it, but hey, this is what I'm going to be using: the Lotus 2. And I'm gonna be using 2 coals is what Kamran told me to be ready to use, but I'm gonna get 3 coals ready just in case.
Just in case.
It's not very cold in my office right now, so I think we'll be okay. It's not like I'm gonna be throwing them on like ice cold or anything like that, so I think it's gonna be okay. As soon as Kamran gets back, then we will go ahead and move over to it. We're going to talk to Kamran too and ask him exactly who he is. Who is Kamran? If you guys don't know who Kamran is, you guys need to learn some stuff about him because he's a very interesting, he's a great member of the community. He's a fantastic person that cares heavily about the community, in fact. And Kamran, why don't you give us just the brief overview of who Kamran is? How did you get into this funky little hookah hobby thing that we all do?
You know what's crazy, man? Do you remember your first bowl?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, my first bowl was a bowl of Alfacher watermelon with three Kings quick lights.
Mine was the Alfacher watermelon. I used Coconaras and a KM.
I had a KM, but we used quick lights, and man, I had a bad experience. I actually started sweating and like hyperventilating, like it was bad. I was like, what the fuck? Like I was like, cause my cousin got me into it, and I was like, what is this? What did you give me? Why am I dying right now?
What is this demon smoke?
Right? Because I never tried smoking before that. Like I never smoked. I was a straight edge kid apparently, right? So I got into it. Then I started going to lounges and learning that there's different kinds of coals and wood, and quick lights are the worst for you. So I got into it more and more, and then I started. I got into HJCOF. Then migrated to hookah and bias because stuff happens, and then we just I made a name for myself. I was an artisan in the community. I was a moderator at one of the hookah groups, and that's how I came about. I have a very strong personality. I guess a lot of people tell me that.
I think I would agree. Like your personality it's not so much abrasive as it is, it's very confident. You have a very confident personality, which I think is a good thing. And then you have a very, you hold yourself in a very good light towards what it is that you feel comfortable talking about, right? I've never heard you talk about something that you don't feel confident talking about. I only hear you talk about things that you feel confident talking about. And because of that, it allows others to have a very direct conversation with you. And it gives you the ability to give that direct information to people as well, which I think is why you have a certain respect in the community and stuff. People do care about what you have to say because you say them very strongly is the only way that I can really put it. You do. You have a very strong personality. I would agree with that.
A lot of people tell me that I'm a fast talker. Apparently, too, I didn't know that. I'm a very fast talker. I legitimately, I didn't know I was a fast talker.
Really?
my manager actually said, he's like, you're a fast talker, right? I was like, what? I thought I was, chilling and just slow talking. He was like, no, you're a salesperson for sure.
I would agree with that. Trust me, I spent an entire weekend. I spent multiple weekends out of everybody in the entire hookah community. Out of everybody,
right? It's so weird.
Out of everybody in the entire hookah community, Kamran is the person I have spent the most time with. 4 separate trips I have hung out with Kamran.
Yes.
We've even traveled to New York together, me and this guy. We traveled all the way to the other side of the United States of America.
Yes.
To go smoke hookah.
You came to California. You came to my house.
I came to his house. I drove 13 hours to go to this guy's house to smoke a bowl of hookah.
Jesus Christ, my God.
What are we doing with our lives, Kamran?
I guess grown adulting it, I guess.
I guess smoking hookah. That's what we're doing with our lives. All right. Are you ready to walk me through this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to move my camera.
My bowl's already packed and ready to go.
Good. I got my coals started, so I'm going to move the camera. Can you see that okay?
Yeah, I can see it good.
Okay, so we got pear, supernova, and plum flavor. So,
you're going to add a supernova in there?
I want to add a little bit. I like the cooling effect of supernova. I really do.
Yeah, I know you do.
Shut up. All right, help me. What do I do? What am I starting with?
Just mix the flavors together. We'll portion it out. So put it in your bowl, obviously. Portion it out and see how much of each. How many grams of each you want.
Well, I already have a good idea of that. I'm not going to get a whole separate dish. Do you want me to get a separate dish?
It's up to you, man. If you want to get your pack.
Do you suggest a separate dish?
I suggest mixing it.
Well, I'm mixing it. See, I'm mixing it.
No. Mixing all the flavors together in one.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. So you do suggest that I do that? You're judging me.
I definitely do.
Okay, then I will
get
my. All right,
a little bit.
All right. Here we go.
All right, so portion. So go ahead, portion out your tobacco.
All right, I'm gonna get a decent scooping of the pear because it smells really good.
It's amazing.
There we go. There's my pear. Then I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna get a somewhat equal amount of the plum.
Okay.
But not quite as much, obviously.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gonna move this out of the way so it's not in my way no more. And I'm gonna get just a scoop of the supernova just for the cooling.
Gotcha. Okay. You don't like using your hands, huh?
I'm not a huge fan of it.
Gotcha.
If I can avoid it.
Okay.
There we go. I think that's a good amount of supernova.
Now, when you're gonna mix it, it's gonna clump together because Darkside has that
rougher cut.
Sticky, that's sticky, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what I would suggest is mixing it up, and then when you're loading into the bowl, I would suggest sprinkling it in with your hands. It's up to you.
So I do got to get my hands dirty.
Yeah, that's why I asked. It gives you a better fluff pack. I promise you that, and you'll get a better experience.
All right. I mean, I'm doing it the Kamran Zaman way. I am following your recommendation. Okay. I think this is good. I think this is well mixed. Got it all over in this corner. That way I can get it. Make sure that it's kind of blending together.
Nice.
You see that? Okay.
Yes, sir. It's good to me.
Okay.
Looks good to me. The red is almost gone.
Well, the red just blends in. All right, here we go. So I got my bowl. You see everything okay? Is this a good positioning? And then you want me just to do this kind of breakup?
Yeah, just fluff it in there. Just fluff it in there.
I'm just fluffing. I'm just letting it fall.
Perfect. You're good. If it overpacks, it's fine. You're okay. As long as you get it evenly distributed.
Okay.
Now, do you have a poker? You have an Urso poker, right?
That's
my favorite poker.
I got a Yurth. A Cocoa Yurth.
Okay, whatever works.
Yeah.
So I actually did this pack for Maz today with Element, Earthline, and Waterline. He packed a bowl 10 years. His 10 years bowl lasted him, I promise you. Me and him were next to each other. His bowl lasted about an hour. Mine went for 3 hours. Fluff packed, element in a RF Turkish style bowl. It was a Russian style bowl with the Ignis actually with three cubes. Guess what brand cubes they were?
I'm
You
gonna.
would never guess.
I would never guess.
No, and
Um,
they were great.
the only cube that I would never guess you to use would be Coconara
No,
or Coco Manzaya. Like that's the only thing I can think of that I wouldn't guess. Like it wouldn't surprise me if you used Prestige. It wouldn't surprise me if you
nope,
used Superior.
nope. Guess you want to know?
Yeah, tell me.
Mob cubes.
What?
Mob hookah
Get
cubes.
out of here with your bad self.
I promise
I
you,
gotta flip my coals. I gotta flip my coals.
for all you guys out there, mob cubes work really, really well. They have really good heat output. I dropped some of the cement 3 or 4 times, didn't crack.
What, for fun?
To see if they would hold up.
I hate that test. Nobody does that. Nobody's dropping their coal and then they're like, I picked it up and then I dropped it again.
But that shows.
I get
I
it. I understand what it shows. I get it. Okay, so what am I doing now with the poker?
Okay, so now the poker. No, hold on. The sides pack. So pack the tobacco away from the walls. There you go, just like that. But all the way down though, all the way down.
All the way down.
There you go. Yeah, there you go, right there. So you see how it's compressing in the middle and it's kind of going down a little bit there.
Yeah.
Keep going around. Make sure that all the walls are not touching the tobacco.
So I'm creating like an ice cream scoop in the middle.
Essentially, it's a donut pack, but it's a different version of a donut pack. Now, okay,
Almost there.
you're going to in the middle.
Okay, so let me show this a little bit. So I've the way that I've done it, I've packed away from the walls on all sides, and it's basically created a dome in the middle.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now you're gonna take the poker and you're gonna find the hole in the middle, and you're gonna create that little central frontal area there, and you're gonna clear it out very large. Make a very large hole so that way it's very, very a lot of airflow. Make sure you can see right through it. There you go. And then on the top of it, around it a little bit more, spread it out more, yeah? Make the hole wider at the very top.
At the very top?
Yes. Make it a wide hole. Perfect. Okay. Wonderful. That's it. Done, Donna. Pat it down a little bit. Make sure it's a little bit under the rim. A little under the rim. You're fine. Perfect.
You want it? I want it under the rim or at the rim?
Under the rim.
Under the rim. Okay, I got to pack it down just a little. Okay. So.
That's it.
Okay.
Now take your Lotus.
Okay. Lotus 2.
Stick it on top.
Just stick it right
Put
there.
Stick it on top. Put on your hookah.
Do I need to push the Lotus down at all? Or not?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Push it down. Raise it up. Then lay it back down. There you go. Perfect. Okay, now put on your hookah real quick. Cook and get all nice and toasty. Now you are going to you're going to see a higher heat in your smoke, but you are going to get a more flavor. You're going to get more pungent flavor.
I believe it. I mean, I've had these sorts of bowls before, right? Like I've smoked with you, and I know this is how you pack. I've smoked it with Jack. I know this is how Jack smokes. I know this is how who else? Paul smokes like this when he packs Darkside, especially. Jeremy packs like this no matter what. Just about.
You can see my video. You can see the clouds right now.
Yeah. What did you load? What are you smoking right now?
What do you say? Pear, Darkside pear.
Ooh.
You got me in the mood. Darkside pear with elements, calamansi, fluff, in the ST bowl with the Lotus Plus, and 4 Cocoa Earth cubes.
4 cubes. It sounds a lot.
It is, but I'm gonna take one down in a minute.
Still needs. It's gonna take a little while. That's the one thing about HMDs in general. You do need to wait for the heat to transfer and you need to let the heat get hot and everything. So I'm not too surprised. I'm just gonna hang out and talk to Kamran. So let me ask you a couple questions because I remember when I first smoked Darkside with you in New York City, you really Not only did you love smoking Darkside semi-dense pack, but you
Yeah,
swore by that.
I do. Okay, so I still do. I still think it performs best in a semi-dense pack, but Jack and Brandon Forrest Lawson, Jack Casaminian, they encouraged me to try it this way for a while. So just get used to it and pack it this way, and I can see why it is packed this way. It actually works really well. So I am practicing with this, and I'm perfecting my Russian packs. So when I go to Russia, I'm like, I know how to pack like y'all.
What do you think? Are we gonna make it to Russia in 2021? Is that the plan?
I'm
2021
hoping, I'm hoping so.
Hookah Club
We all have a
Show?
good time. How's that smoking, by the way?
Wow. This is a different experience. This is a heavier smoke. And Darkside is already a pretty heavy smoke. I do think Trifecta, bar none, is the heaviest feeling smoke that you can
Yes,
have.
it's full body. I call
Full
it
body,
full body.
yes, absolutely. Trifecta is so full body, and
Robust. So robust.
this makes this way more full body in comparison. Like, and I thought Darkside was pretty full body and very heavy as it was, but like this is taking it up another level. This is matching Trifecta in my opinion when it comes to full bodiness now.
Now, is it hot?
It's not hot right now. That was
Okay.
me just taking a
Now,
big
at
hit.
some point, you might get hot. What we're gonna do is, when it gets hot, you're gonna take that lid off. You're gonna throw that third coal in there and leave the lid off. Heat manage that shit like a motherfucker.
This is fantastic though. Wow. This plum is okay, so it's crazy because I didn't add a ton of plum in there, but I know the plum profile so well that I can taste it on like the very tip of all the taste. Like I can take that.
How's that pear?
That pear is
How's that
amazing.
pear?
That pear is juicy tasting.
It's in your face, right?
Oh my gosh, like that pear, like I want to bite right now. I want to be biting a pear and having it.
Now, do me a favor.
What?
Try that same pack
On
in
it.
in a regular style bowl, a funnel style bowl, and see the difference. The
Wow.
cloud output, and then also your flavor profile.
I can tell I'm gonna get buzzed from this if I smoke it too quickly. Like I can
Oh,
feel,
for sure.
I can feel the dark side buzz coming through. I actually put some of the alfalfa in there because I was hoping it would kind of mild out that buzz a little bit for me, and I think it will a little bit. But if I smoke this a little bit too aggressively, this would give me a hell of a buzz. I can feel that,
Oh, yeah.
like for sure.
This is one of those styles where you kind of
Chill.
you chill out and you play some video games and you just let it do its thing. You take a puff here and there, you take a puff here and there, and you just let it do it together. And we can do another Russian style. We can do different. There's so many different things you can do with this pack. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it as always. And no matter if it's morning, afternoon, or night, I hope you enjoy what it is inside your guys' bowl. And until next time, keep on smoking. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
I came back to life after a long black gap.